Everdark Augur is arguably the most annoying boss to fight in Night Rain, especially when you're in depths 4 and 5 of Deep of Night, due to its extremely high health pool in a gimmick-style fight. But I have managed to make the most devious build to counter this boss specifically, and actually make this fight not only tolerable, but even fun. The end of this video will have gameplay of the fight from Depths 4 to showcase the build, but first I want to explain why the build works the way it does. So I will provide a DLC build and a free-to-play build. With that said, let's get into it. With the DLC and now Everdark balancers being released, we are now able to get 2 relics that help boost our damage significantly for this fight. For this fight, damage is the most important thing, but we need to understand where we get that damage from. So first I want to explain how to get this damage. So when we go to the sparring grounds, let's take the Storm Ruler Ashboard, which I have right here. So Storm Ruler primarily scales with strength, dexterity, affinity, magic attack, skill attack, physical attack, and melee attack. You can also do more damage when you have like weapon buffs, such as like the Ritual Sword Talisman. So if you find that in Expedition, you might as well go for that. With the 2 new Balancer relics from the DLC, these give you a massive boost to damage, as skill attack power up is 20% each, and its melee attack counterpart is 5%, which is a nice added bonus. These 2 relics alone give you about 50% more damage just by using Storm Ruler, making them the best in slot for this fight. Now, because this Ash of War scales with strength and dexterity, this means that Wilder naturally has the most damage amongst characters. So I'm just gonna go to Wilder right here, which is just red, no relics, no nothing, and we're just gonna use the ability. And as you can see, it does 921. Let's go to someone like Scholar, who has low scaling, so you can see the difference. Now, with my Scholar, I don't really have anything on him as well. He literally has nothing. So with Scholar, he's doing 590. Wilder's doing almost double the damage, it feels like, just naturally by using this. So Wilder is pretty much the best character to use against Everdark Augur. So if you ever go against Augur and you think it might be Everdark, use Wilder, because he has the best stat allocation for it. So once you have these 2 relics, after, what you want to look for is having physical attack up. You could also go for affinity attack up or magic attack power up, and they're totally fine. You're not really losing too much damage while using Storm Ruler, but physical attack up, especially if you're using Wilder, is the best thing to use, because not only does it help with the expedition, it actually just does more damage. The only thing I'll say is avoid taking any relics that have things that reduce like your dexterity or strength, as they just make you do less damage. So you might as well just get as much bang for your buck if possible. And if you don't have any physical attack up, you can go for magic attack power up, infinity, so on and so forth. So it's not really a big deal. There are many options to use this build for. Also, if you're using someone like Duchess, for example, and you want to use like spells for this expedition, maybe you don't want to use Wilder, you can use her and you can use magic attack power up. You can also use Recluse and use her instead, and that's totally fine. You're not losing too much damage. For the free-to-play option, I believe Holster's Relic is the best in slot due to its innate ability to give you damage because of the one that says boost attack power of added affinity stacks. If you go to the sparring grounds here, your sword glows, and because it glows and it does magic attack, that's considered an added attack. Now, if we put Holster's Relic on, right, we can see switching weapons adds an affinity stack, and it also switching weapons boosts attack power. Now, I'm not gonna switch. I'm not even gonna get that attack power boost. I'm literally just gonna use the skill, right? So as you can see, I don't really have an attack power up in the bottom left. I'm not really doing anything. But if I do this and charge, right? Now, normally, he does 921. But with this relic, just by having it on, I'm now doing 967. Now, if I charge this ability and I switch the weapon, now I'm doing 1013, which is literally like 100 damage more. That's really nice to have. And if you quickly charge it up again, you can get a second attack off before the buff fades. Now, in case you don't want to use Wilder, now something interesting to note is there are actually 2 characters in the game that can actually put both of the Balancer relics on and also holsters, which is Duchess, as you can see here, and the Undertaker. Like, I'm just going to use Duchess here, for example, just to show how much damage she's also doing compared to Wilder. So Duchess is doing 1603. Now, I don't believe her restage can actually work against Augur, just based on how the power works. But if it did, it'd be pretty insane damage, because you'd be able to just, like, lock on, hit that damage, and now it's just 24, which is so much higher than Wilder's. But the good thing about Wilder's build that I have here is I don't need to actually use Holster's Relic, which is kind of like a good or bad thing, but it's totally fine. But the good thing about it is I don't have to, like, switch weapons in order to get attacks off. I can just comfortably just charge it and then do 1700 damage. But the interesting thing with Duchess is it's also really important to use characters that have, like, the relics that change their stats. Like, for example, she gets improved strength and not just dexterity. So with this relic, it gives her a huge damage boost. That's why she's doing nearly almost as much as Wilder. Now, when you're out in the expedition and you're looking for weapon buffs, what you want to be looking for is things such as, like, physical attack power up, melee attack power up, affinity attack power up, magic attack power, or better yet, skill attack power up. Because it is a weapon skill, it scales really well with skill attack power up. But the interesting thing, this one is purple rarity and it's only 15%. This is blue and it's 18. Here, I have a purple skill attack power up and it's 21%. So you're getting a lot of damage just by going with skill, even on lower rarities. Even a blue is much better than a purple, and a purple is even better. And with the build I have here, I had skill attack power up, because this is just a storm ruler, but skill attack power up here. I have improved attack power up at full HP, because that also does that's just 14% more damage free. It's really good. Skill attack power up, skill attack power up. These are all in the store. It's a really good build, I can't lie. And then I had the ritual sword talisman from the store. Now, you might be wondering, but what if it's not Everdark though? What if it's not Everdark Augur? Well then, who cares? Like, it's just regular version Augur anyways. It's easier. The only thing you might have to worry about is, like, the nuke attack it does. And other than that, it's pretty chill, so it's like, whatever. This build is just for Everdark Augur. Now, with that said, if you want to watch a fight, you can skip to this part of the video, but quickly, I wanted to speculate on something that I haven't been able to test in case people want to confirm this theory. So let's say you're in a match, right? So I'm using my teammates here that I did the Everdark Augur raid with. Here, my attack is 407, his is 283, and 244. Now, my damage is much higher because I have attack power up at full HP and all this, while my teammates, they didn't really have anything that helps boost their attack here, to be honest. But what's interesting to note is even though the Undertaker has more relics that help with physical attack power up, because the Raider doesn't really have any damage. He didn't really have anything. He was just focused on, like, a tank build. But with the Undertaker, she had physical attack power up, physical attack power up, physical attack, physical attack. Her weapon that she got is still lower than Raider's. And here's what I think it is. Now, on Wilder, I have Duchess's Dagger and I have Raider's Great Axe. Now, because Duchess's Dagger is a fast weapon, and based on its weapon class, it's going to do lower attack rating because of its weapon class, while the Raider's Great Axe, being a colossal weapon, is a higher attack rating. So what I want to know is, let's say I'm in a match and I'm going against Everdark Augur, and it is a Duchess, a Raider, and a Wilder. So Wilder's going to get his great sword, Duchess is going to get her dagger, and Raider's going to get his weapon. Now, let's say, for example, Duchess got her weapon, dropped it for the Wilder, which is me. Raider dropped his weapon and gave it to me. So now I'm Wilder, I have the great sword, the dagger, and the Raider's great axe. Is it possible? Will I do more damage with the Raider's great axe by using the Ash of War because it has a higher attack rating than the Duchess's dagger? This is something I haven't been able to test because I don't have friends. But if anyone knows this and can confirm it, please leave a comment down below. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Please be Everdark. Please, 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 please. Yes! Finally! Nice. I'm so fucking excited. Finally. And Depth 4 too. Oh, 7,000 damage. Just me, bro. Oh my god. Look at my hand. No, I wouldn't do that. Yo, I'm eclipsing this. Not even flat. That's it. No. Are you kidding? I can't see. No. Bro, charge off, man. Holy. $7,000, bro. Smoldering shield. Bro, it was just me. Actually.